What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Luke Gaming, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth, and it is very early, and I'm very under-caffeinated. Quick reminders that we just did Plus Club yesterday, so if you want to talk to us about The Surge and Conan Exiles, well, we did that yesterday, so make sure to check out that episode. Talk to us about your opinions on these games. We'll let you know ours, and once we find out what the games for PlayStation Plus are in May, we'll talk about that as well. Also, quick shout out to all the people I talked to on Reddit yesterday and today. Had a great conversation. A bunch of you guys subscribed from that, which I really appreciate. And I just want to say welcome to the channel. We do a lot of game talk on this channel. So if you like conversation, you're in the right place. Also, another quick reminder that Game of the Month has been delayed. It should be coming out tomorrow. We'll be talking about Civilization 6 and picking May's Game of the Month as well. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to play that. Come back. Talk to us about that. And we'll talk to you about it. We also have Discord link down below. Talk to us anytime, all the time. And we are on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms. If you'd prefer to listen to us with your ears, that's where the audio comes in. And you can do that. And if you want to watch us and you're listening to us right now, check us out on YouTube at Tasty Loot Gaming. We film every single episode. So Tasty Tuesday, we got two bits of news to talk about. Kind of slim pickings, but one I think that's really interesting. So let's just jump into it. First bit of news is some Respawn news. They recently came out and started talking about a little bit about the future of Apex Legends and the future of Titanfall. So we got a little bit of two separate things we're going to push into one topic. So the first part of that is that Respawn is essentially delaying whatever Titanfall project that was supposed to be released this year back because Apex Legends apparently needs some more work on it. Now, it's worth noting that they are working on Apex Legends right now. They are working on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which they showed off recently, and have also promised that there is a Titanfall project in the works that they said was going to come out this year. It's been delayed because Apex Legends is having some issues and some things that they would like to make better. On that note, they're working on Season 2 of Apex Legends, and with that, they've acknowledged that Season 1 of Apex Legends was not as interesting as it could have been. A little lackluster. They said they've heard the feedback and they promise that Season 2 will be better. They recently said in a post, that is Respawn, that for Season 2 you can expect a battle pass with more meaningful content, the introduction of a new legend, the debut of a new weapon, and you didn't expect King's Canyon to stay the same forever, did you? Yeah, so with that, we have a delay with Titanfall and whatever project that is, and Apex Legends has Season 2 coming out that will be bringing a new hero or legend and changes to the map, and new weapon. So yeah, what I think about this is, first off, with the Titanfall part, I am disappointed to hear that because I'm a big fan of Titanfall and Titanfall 2. I love Titanfall 2. I think it's really underplayed as a great FPS. And it's really weird because anyone you talk to who actually played it loved that game. So I guess it just didn't get into enough hands. Luckily, with Apex Legends, Respawn has gotten some notoriety, and that's a good thing to see. But I really wish that would have happened from Titanfall. So I'm trying to look at the good and bad of the rise of Apex Legends. Although it seems like it's kind of dormant right now, which is funny because it got so big and then went down. But so them delaying Titanfall kind of sucks because this is kind of a fear that I had and a lot of people in the community had when Apex Legends got really popular. Is like, are we gonna get more Titanfall, or are they gonna put that on the back burner? Because I mean, whoever you like, whatever they make, if you start making a lot of profit compared to what you're making prior, it can really motivate where you go and what you decide to do. And we've seen that with a bunch of people. I mean, even look at Epic Games with Fortnite. It's literally changed their whole company, the success of that game. I mean, they got rid of Paragon, which I really liked. Fortnite was supposed to be save the world co-op game, and it deviated from that quite a bit. Obviously it's still there, but it pretty much changed their whole structure of what they do. I mean, they still obviously make the Unreal Engine and they have their Epic Game Store, but that was built because of Fortnite. So you can see how large success can really kind of I don't want to say derail because that sounds negative, but kind of change the course of a company. And that was a fear of mine and many people's with Respawn. Is we love Titanfall. We want more Titanfall, and I think it's really cool to see Apex Legends come out and kind of expand that universe. I think there's room for it. And I think they did it in a really cool way. I think Apex Legends is a fun game. I fucking really enjoyed it, but I want more Titanfall. So them delaying it, hopefully this is for the best. Hopefully they are delaying it because they want to give Titanfall the love and care it deserves. Make sure that whatever Titanfall that game they make is just awesome. They say it's not Titanfall 3, but it doesn't have to be. It can be some kind of side project. It could be more mech based. It could be a bunch of things that'd be really interesting to find out. But we are going to find out later than anticipated, which, it's just kind of expected. It's expected to be hearing that Titanfall would be the one to get pushed back. But it also makes sense just because they're working on a Star Wars game right now. They got to make that game work. There's a lot riding on it. There's been so much disappointment when it comes to Star Wars with a lot of the fans. And, someone finally nailing a Star Wars game. It's not Battlefront 2 is important. And I think they know it. So they got to really make that game work, make it good, get it released, without being broken and stuff like that. And then Apex Legends, they put it out there. They got to keep it going. They got to support it. So, and I hope they keep doing it. With that said, but I want Titanfall. I want fucking Titanfall right now. So bad. I love Titanfall. Titanfall 2 is so good. And the servers got bumped in their pop just because of population, because of Apex Legends. So that was a cool thing to see. But yeah, so with season 2 coming out, actually, okay, so little transparency. I played Apex Legends when it first came out. I fucking loved it. I talked it up. I played with people in the community. Had a blast. Is a game I want to go back to, but these kind of games, not Apex Legends, these kind of games, battle royale games, are really easy for me to hop in the moment, enjoy with friends, and then fall out of because they don't offer me longevity, long form progression, anything that I want to get invested in. I like winning, obviously. I love first person shooters. I love the competition of it. But if that's all it is, I mean, I prioritize progression in a game over telling people I've won this many matches any day. So it's a game that's easy for me to fall out of. So admittedly, I didn't play season 1 of Apex Legends, and I don't think I'm alone because the numbers seem to have dropped quite a bit. This doesn't mean the game's going to die. It just means that it's doing this. It's going to do this. When season 2 comes out, it'll go back up a little bit. It's not going to hit the same heights. I think that was like fucking lightning in a fucking bottle, perfect storm situation. But hopefully season 2 can really kind of give people something meaningful, because they say with season 2 coming out, they understand that the first season, which I did not experience, was lackluster, which it seemed, from what I know, you're getting cosmetics, which is what you assume you're going to get with a game like this. You're not going to get, awesome new shit. You're just going to get cool visual stuff. I guess that's subjective. But yeah, I didn't hear anybody super excited about season 1 after it came out. Before it came out, people were. So I'm glad that they took that, saw that, and went, we got to up our game. So hopefully they do. And with that battle pass, we are getting a new legend, which is very exciting. I still haven't tried the new guy, so I mean that's how long ago it was that I played this game. But he looks awesome. I want to try him out. But getting new legends awesome too. This is something that they need to do. They got to do to keep the game fresh and relevant. Adding new characters. They really introduced something really cool with their legends in the game. They're all awesome. I enjoy playing them all. So adding more, just eventually that roster is gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's just gonna be fun to hop in there and get your main and have like a team of people who all have their strengths with who they've learned to get good with. And the more people you add, kind of like Rainbow Six Siege, just adds that flavor, that variety. So it's really cool. I can't wait to see who they introduce. I guarantee they'll be off that leaked roster that came out a while ago. They look pretty legit. What's his nuts? Octane or whatever was on there. What's his nuts? That's his name. Debut of a new weapon. That's cool too. They've already debuted a couple new weapons, I think. I know they did the one weapon. I thought they did a second one. I don't know. I'm out of the loop. Let me know in the comments. But that's awesome too. One thing that Respawn does fucking great, especially with Titanfall 2 and Apex Legends, although the Mozambique sucks, everybody knows that, is in Titanfall 2, it's one of the most balanced first-person shooters I ever played on launch, and they kept it pretty balanced throughout its life cycle. They really get the numbers when it comes to weapons damage, fire rate, what's fair, what's not fair, how does it balance with this versus that, is this OP, is that OP, and so when Respawn's like, we're putting out a new weapon, it's exciting because I know it's gonna unless it's the Mozambique, it's the one thing they fucked up on. I'm excited to see what they put out there because I know it's going to be something awesome, cool looking, feels good, and it's just going to be another weapon I'm going to enjoy. None of the weapons in that game I dislike except for the Mozambique. And Kings Canyon is changing on the map. This is cool. This is something that Fortnite does, and I think it's a smart way to keep the same map, which is smart on a development standard, developmental standard, to keep it already, so you don't have to keep spending money and resources into building brand new maps, but altering it so you keep it fresh with people. Now, obviously, I'd love to see a new map at some point, but I think there is a certain charm to evolving the map because you get so used to that map, just like an arena in a first-person shooter or any map in a first-person shooter, any game in general. You get used to all the choke points, the places you can hold off, where to, open fields, you're like, this place is always a death trap. You fucking want to get through there as quick as possible, avoid it. You get used to it so much that keeping that map is really cool because everyone who keeps playing is just so familiar with it. It's just like kind of like home. Like it just makes sense. But then evolving it just adds new flair, keeps it fresh. People are like, oh shit, did you see that they did this, they did that? It adds something to talk about for the community, but also adds a new element that people have to get used to. And it's just overall exciting. So I'll be really, I actually got pretty familiar with the map myself. So seeing what they do with it will be very cool. This is something I definitely welcome. And yeah, overall, I hope that Respawn nails it with Season 2. I hope they can bring something more exciting than what they did with Season 1. Hopefully they can bring people back. Hopefully they can keep people happy. Hopefully I can come back in and play it. I know some people in the community who would probably play with me. Should be very fun. And yeah, Apex Legends is was off to a great start and still doing good. And hopefully it keeps on trucking. And hopefully we get Titanfall, whatever the fuck, sooner than later, but in a way that it is still maintains the pedigree that we got with prior Respawn games. Great single player, great multiplayer, awesome content, and a mix of first person, parkour, shooting, and mech combat. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about Respawn and their strategy for the next year going on? What do you think about Apex Legends Season 2? What do you want from it? Did you play it before? Did you play Season 1? What do you think about Season 2? What do you want from it? What are you excited about? Are you still playing Apex Legends? Are you not playing it? Why aren't you doing that? Why are you doing that? And Titanfall. What do you want from Titanfall? Do you want Titanfall 3? Do you want a side project? Do you want it to be like an RTS? Do you want it to be a fucking fighting game? A mech fighting game? That'd be crazy. Do you want it to still be a first-person shooter, but like a side thing? Or, yeah, let me know everything you're thinking about in comments when it comes to Respawn, what they're doing with Titanfall, what they're doing with Apex Legends, and what they might be doing with Star Wars. Let me know it all. Second bit of news is kind of cautionary bit of news. It's interesting, maybe a bit overinflated though. So according to Digital Trends, which is a website that I just found, and according to a couple other websites as well, I keep seeing it everywhere. This is like the last day people are talking about this, but apparently some kind of analyst company is saying that 20 million PC gamers, 20 million of them, could defect from PCs to console by 2022, which is like tomorrow, right around the corner. There's a lot of info here to go through, so I'm going to read straight from the article. And yeah, so let's go. An estimated 20 million PC gamers could defect from their trusty PCs to consoles by 2022, according to the report from technology marketing and management consulting firm John Petty research. The report suggests that low-end users, defined as those with builds costing less than $1,000, yeah, fucking low-end users, you under $1,000, what the hell's wrong with you? Are most likely to make the switch to consoles. But as TV displays become better, consoles become more powerful, and more titles are available exclusively on consoles, mid and high-end PC gamers might start to switch too. It's also worth mentioning, I'm sure they might mention it here too, but like you got stuff like Stadia coming out and Xbox and potentially Sony doing streaming services soon. I kind of get where they're coming from when they're talking about PC gamers, even high-end ones, might make the switch, because if you got the high-end TV, let's keep going. I'll talk about my opinion in a little bit. John Petty, president of John Petty Research. Go fucking figure that the John Petty Research would have a guy named John Petty there. Shared his thoughts about development of the PC market. He says the PC market continues to decline because the innovation that took place in the past, providing speed ups and clever new things, has all but stopped. Plus, the product introduction times are stretching out to 4 years. The product introduction times are stretching out to 4 years. Is he talking about PC hardware products or games? Anyway, but he was not entirely pessimistic about the future of PC hardware. Well, if you're a moron, you'd be pessimistic of it, because as we know, the market always does this. So anyway, I'm inserting myself way too much into this article already. But he was not entirely pessimistic about the future of PC hardware. This is not a panic situation, and the GPU market still generates incredible volume. No shit. However, there are forces at work that we predict will drive some of this business toward TV displays and associated gaming services, he said. A senior gaming analyst at John Petty, named Ted Petty, actually Ted Pollack, pointed to the importance of customization in the future of PC hardware. He described the ultimate use of model of the PC as a desktop ergonomic gaming / computing environment that embraces user choice and customization. He also pointed out that those leaving PC gaming could be absorbed into other categories with similar setup, such as TV display, which streams cloud-based gaming system. That quote was dumb. Who gives a fuck? Although this sounds like dire news for PC gamers, the fact is that games are not going anywhere. Even as the rise of mobile gaming has siphoned users away from a desktop gaming setup, new avenues like cloud gaming and availability of powerful gaming laptops have led more people to a desktop-like gaming experience. Also, as consoles become more powerful and finally support keyboard and mouse, kind of, people on PS4 playing fucking Call of Duty with their modified keyboard and mouses are assholes, but, if you can do it, you can do it. But I see that shit all the time in fucking whoever the top killer of the game was. You'll see the way they're aiming shit, you're like, that's a fucking mouse. Anyway, the distance between console and PC is shrinking anyway, which is true. If only console makers would make their products easier to fix and to upgrade with new hardware, PC gamers might make the switch to console more happily. All right, so according to this, 20 million people might bounce over to console from PC. Now, another article I read, which I decided not to read, I think it was from Games Radar. No, they got ad blocker shit. As soon as it's like, you got ad block, you can't go to our website. I'm like, okay, bye. And then I go somewhere else, go to GameSpot, and then they got like fucking advertisement video starting up on all parts of the page. Any website that does that, fuck you. I hate that shit. Like, the ad block thing's annoying, but I'll just be like, bye. I'm not dealing with the shit. But if you just have like 8 videos on the same page, all loading at the same time, auto playing, you're a fucking dickhead. Anyway, what was I talking about? Okay, so the PC to console thing. Another website was kind of being really extreme about this. They're like, oh man, another person saying that PCs are gonna die, and they're like, but that's obviously not true. And I'm like, if you actually read the fucking article, they're not saying PCs are gonna die. So you're also being it, because they're like, oh, they're just more alarmists. Well, you're being alarmist too, because it's important to look at the market. If PC is in decline right now, you have to look at the trend. And if you look at the whole fucking trend, PC gaming fucking went up significantly in the last like 5 years. Me as a PC gamer since I was like a kid, I've watched the fucking ebb and flow of people using PC, and like in like the 2000s and like 2010 area, there's way more console gamers, and then fucking it bumped up significantly. And like with most console cycles, at towards the end of a console cycle, when the games start capping out graphically, people are making PC games start catering to the consoles because they want to be able to port them over to consoles, so they also don't fucking increase that much with their graphics. So things get kind of stagnant at the end of a console cycle. So with that, that's got to be one contributing factor. The PC's not offering people, that enhanced experience as much as it was earlier in the console cycles. That people are gonna be making that move, but that's gonna go up and down. The PC gamers are gonna go up again. It is an interesting factor though to look at when we're talking about the streaming thing, because prior to recently, the only person who's really tried streaming services was fucking Sega Channel back in the 90s. I wanted that shit so bad. I didn't get it. And, which was like 1994, way ahead of their fucking time. And, OnLive, which did not work. It was available in like fucking 4 areas, so you can't build a business off that. We got Google Stadia coming out. We got Xbox doing their thing. Everybody's going to be doing this shit. And there is going to be some people in the PC community that aren't a part of that community. They don't have that love for the hardware and building your own computer and fucking maxing out those graphics and doing the tech talk. There's going to be like, okay, now I don't have to build an expensive thing. I can just go pay for a service, and they're going to bounce over. Why wouldn't they? Especially if you have TVs with stronger processors and GPUs. That can access the internet at fast rates. Why would you have a PC? Why would you even have a console? I've been talking for years and years and years about eventually there's just going to be the box. Whatever the box is, doesn't matter. But whether it's going to be your phone, it's going to fucking just stream over to your TV, or your TV's going to do it all. Eventually that's going to be it, but we're not quite there yet. But like, we're already seeing that shift once that starts happening. Once you're one screen in that room, whatever room you're in, your bedroom, your fucking living room, starts doing everything, there's no reason to have the other things unless you are more than a hobbyist. But I've also argued too, and this goes into this article, there is a community of PC gamers that love customizing their PCs, having an awesome looking PC, having awesome specs in that PC, talking about the shit, being able to run things at the highest graphics possible, having a mouse that's perfect for their hand, the way they play, keyboard, all that shit, just having the whole thing set up. I don't think that community is going to die off just because streaming, essentially. So there is going to be an evolution in the market. So seeing this going down makes sense to me. But the alarmists saying that PC gaming is going to die or it's going to go away or whatever, that's not a thing. And the people who are pushing back against that, going like, oh, they're just being ridiculous, it's not going anywhere. It obviously is going somewhere. There's a fucking middle ground there that is worth looking at. And it's going to be interesting to see, because we're entering new territory when it comes to the gaming market, because we're now getting like a third grouping that's not the consoles versus PC. You're getting that streaming thing that's going to, I think, take a lot of the more casual gamers maybe, and people who don't give a fuck about what they're purchasing and their allegiance to brand, but just want to play the games. Now we've talked about streaming before, and it's pretty much the only thing I'm talking about right now, but and speaking for Chevy, I think we both see it more as a supplementary thing at this point. It'd be cool to be able to play the game that you're already playing at home while you're on the go, have your save and play it on your phone or the fuck, and then when you get back, kind of like a Switch, get back and play it on your console again. And that sounds cool, but I can't see myself anytime soon abandoning PC. But anyone who follows the channel knows I play everything all the time on everything. So I mean, I love playing video games. I'm playing my PC games, playing my PS4 games. Some games just play better on PC, not just graphically or mouse and keyboard, so I have better reactions and better aiming. But some games just feel better, like an RTS. I'm not going to be playing on my PS4, and like they're saying, keyboard and mouse support coming out for that. It's not the same. On my TV, I don't want to sit there and do this. There's a different. Maybe I'm old school, but like when I'm playing on my TV with my consoles, I'm normally kicked back. I'm relaxing. You know, the most strange thing I'm doing is maybe like a fighting game or a first person shooter, and that's more still like relaxed. So I'm on my PC and I'm playing a game like Civ, some kind of RTS, first person shooter on there as well. I'm more in the zone. I'm sitting upright. I'm in there. I'm looking at it. I'm like strategizing. It's just more. It feels more involved almost, which sounds kind of weird. And that's just me personally. But there's room for those different experiences. But you know, when people got different budgets and you know do different things, do different jobs, make different amounts of money, obviously, and some people can't afford higher-end PCs or to have the multiple consoles or whatever, or don't want to spend that money. And it makes sense for them to shift away from the PC demographic. And I think we're going to see that. And I think we are seeing that. 20 million is quite a bit, but I don't think it's going to negatively affect it. I think long-term, we're going to see a drop like they're saying, but like I said, I think it's gonna be more of an evolution than anything, and everything's gotta become one thing anyway. So I don't want to get too into the futurist talk, but we're just in an evolutionary stage in the gaming market right now, and what people are doing, and I think people are feeling it out, and I think Stadia is jumping the gun way too fast, and I think Microsoft is doing it the way you should. Make a console, keep it familiar, offer streaming with it. If the numbers start rising with streaming, make your move then. And I think Sony will do the same thing. As for PC gaming, defecting to console, that happens off and on. It has the whole time, and for different reasons, and for a lot of reasons. And it'll go back and forth. And once PC starts offering something that you're not getting as well on consoles or on streaming, people will be right back. But like I said, there's those hardcore PC gamers, you guys know who the fuck you are, who I don't think are going to jump ship just so fast as because streaming and stuff is available. So I'm one of those people. I really like having a PC culturally. Like I dig having it. I like playing it. I like sitting there like that. I mean, there's obviously arguments against it, but like I said, it's kind of its own community thing. You know, I like having that really cool fucking PC with the colors and the customization, my own personal shit, and my fucking awesome ultra wide screen monitor and all that stuff. It's just a different experience than sitting at a TV. So I don't see it going away, and I don't think people are going to jump just so fast. But let me know in the comments. I said a lot. I kind of just fucking puked up a bunch of info and opinions out of my head when it came to that. But what do you think about 20 million PC gamers defecting to console by 2022? What do you think about the legitimacy of that? Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it's an overestimate? What do you think the reasons for that are? Do you think they're going to stay there? Do you think it's going to go up and down like it has before in the market? What do you think the reasons are for that? I think I already asked that. Do you prefer PC? Do you prefer console? Are you open to streaming? Are you going to make the jump to streaming once you don't have to own hardware? Where are you at on that? And where are you willing to go? Are you a PC gamer? Do you care about that community and that kind of cultural style of gaming? Yeah, let me know what you think about when it comes to PC gaming versus console gaming, where it's going. That's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. I'm running my fucking words together on, check out our other episodes. Check me out on Twitch at Tasty Senpai, all one word. Make sure to hit the notification button to know when I go live. When I stream, I dual stream, so you can watch me on YouTube or Twitch. Doesn't matter. Pick your poison. It's all happening all at the same time. And all those streams get re-uploaded, so you can watch them later. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. And if you're listening to us, you can check us out on YouTube at Tasty Gaming. We have a Discord link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. We're in there every day, all day. And yeah, my name's Seth. Until the next episode, which will be Game of the Month, coming out hopefully tomorrow. We'll be talking about Civ 6. Until then, have a good week, guys, and take it easy.